Good evening, Rush Nation. Welcome to the 5 Yard Rush NFL podcast. I'm your host, the King of Iron Fist, the Joel Hewitt, and I'm here with Pete, the off-season champion, Melia, and Alex, the other one, can't see the woods for the trees. Alex Woods. Hey, boys, how you doing? Actually, sorry, I have to stop there. It recently came to my attention that throughout this whole time, I've been getting one letter wrong from someone's name. So, Peter, I would like to apologize. He's a Peter, and on with the show. How are we doing, boys? You all
right? I'm good now. I'm good.
I finally got it right. And Alex Woods, how are you, my friend?
I'm wonderful, pal. Yeah, I'm living the absolute dream.
I've protected your secret identity. They'll never know me.
They will never know. They'll never figure it out. I'm ready to
genius.
I'm ready to talk some football. Let's do it.
Let's absolutely talk some football. The best, well, not the best weekend in football. Last weekend was the best in football. This was probably the most challenging weekend in football for numerous reasons. I think I'll just go ahead and should we start off? You know what? Let's just talk about the games. I think before we kick into the news, I think that's probably a better idea. Get through some of that first. Thoughts, because it's just 2 games.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately means there's only 1 actual game left this season. It dawned upon me this afternoon while I was getting the show stuff together. I was like, gosh, tonight's going to be a difficult one, just speaking about 2 games. And I was like, oh no, there is 1 football game left until sometime in the future. And that upsets me. Did anybody watch the AFC and NFC championship games? No, absolutely not.
Didn't bother.
Yeah.
No.
I was going to find out that there was nothing on Saturday. That was my first mistake because I'm so used to it now. Over the past couple of weeks, there being a Saturday night couple of games, Sunday night couple of games. Thought we might have got 1 and 1. We did not. It was 8 p.m. on the Sunday, starting with the much anticipated Denver Broncos versus the New England Patriots. And boy, are we a million miles away from Brady Manning.
Yeah. It's such a shame. It's such a shame that we were robbed of Bo in this. Bo's no superstar, but he's an awful lot better than what the itty bitty Stiddy committee put up after the first quarter. After the first drive, it was good. The first drive, it had a couple of runs, and then that was it. And there was never really any threat. Which was
I think I'd text you guys saying, "Oh no, he's turned back into a backup." I think the adrenaline got the best of him. He went out there. It's like trying to sprint the first 50 meters of a marathon. You're like, I'm in the lead, and then you realize that you've still got another 26 miles to go. Not cool. Plus Stidmeister, Stiddy. Every time though he threw a good ball or did something good, me on my couch, Stiddy. Enjoyed that quite a lot. It didn't last.
No, there's been a lot of talk of the Drake May's got this easy schedule. Well, he's the only quarterback in history to face 3 of the top 5 scoring defenses. The other 2 being the Patriots themselves and the Seahawks, who he's going to face in the Super Bowl. So these really tough defenses. Yeah, but he's played rubbish. Or he's relied on Herbert turning absolutely awful. CJ Stroud and Jarrett Stidham. So he's not even had to be good. And that's not a criticism of him. It's just you can't really. They've not had an offense to speak of, so he doesn't had to be good. They've not needed to be at any point, which is a shame because I really wanted to force something happen from him and really make him step up, and he didn't. He didn't. They shouldn't have been as close as it was when there was no threat.
The issue was not only from the Patriots side of it, but maybe the Broncos side of it was as soon as they ran out of scheduled plays, they had nothing. There was absolutely nothing. Yes, the Patriots defense played good, and yes, it was awesome. And all of that lot, but there was nobody to take this game by the scruff of its neck. And to build that point up, Drake May wasn't that guy either.
Yeah, and there was all this talk before, like afterwards, of this weather's awful, the snow's awful, the cold. It should be in a dome because it ruined what could have been a good game. It's like the snow didn't start till 70% into the game, and it wasn't entertaining before then. The defenses were very, very good. Defenses were
The
great.
ground was frozen. Physically you couldn't see the snow. That's fine, but it was dang cold, and I found out that people were told to stay indoors. And I do blame a bit of the weather, but I like that it's not a. I mean, I think I actually said the weather did rob us of a good game, and I think it kind of did in a sense. But to be my own devil's advocate, I would rather see people's like struggling through the snow and all different elements, and like have a defensive battle and try and overcome not just the other team, but everything that's going on around you, where both teams are used to playing in the cold anyway. And I saw somebody say, "Oh, it would have been different if we're at New England." Absolutely not. They were like knee deep in snow as well. So there's no difference here either way. But I do feel slightly robbed for it because I think I was just hyped. I was ready for like some championship football, and it really, really wasn't. And I mean, we'll talk probably oodles about the actual Super Bowl coming up more likely next week, more than this week. But it's neither team winning that game excited me about being in the Super Bowl. I don't care for either of them. Drake may probably be able to pull it out on a sunny day in San Francisco. That's going to be fun. But it's just one of those. You want to see the team win the AFC and go, I cannot wait to see what they've got against the winner of the NFC.
Yeah.
And I don't see it.
No, particularly as there's this concern that Drake May might be injured as well. Everyone's been a little bit cagey about. There was that hit by Hufanga at the end of the third quarter, and he looks like a bit sore on his right throwing shoulder as well. And he's saying, he acknowledged that he was bruised up and banged and had to play through it, but neither he nor Vrabel have come out and actively denied that he's injured. So he might be fine, and they're just trying to keep things stum. 2 weeks rest, it'll probably be fine, but it'll be an interesting thing to keep an eye on, because if he's not playing, then that will really suck. That'll really suck.
The worst thing that about it as well is when you get a bone bruise or you get sore or you get hit, then it's to be freezing cold while you get hit.
Yeah.
Because it just hurts 10 times more. So, like, yes, he might be actually injured, or it might have just been really cold and not being able to really do anything. But the other issue I kind of had with this game was that you knew it was going to be this snowy kind of frozen, desolate thing, and people kept to airing the ball out. You know it's going to become a run game, so run the ball. The Patriots kind of did towards the end of the game to get clock off so that they could keep them it moving and make sure that they were still in the lead. But if kickers did their job, this game would have been a whole lot closer. Like Will Lutz, who's one of the best kickers in this league, had the yips all game long. It was awful. And the blocked one at the end is on the Patriots special teams. That was an absolutely outstanding play, more than it's Lutz's fault. But yes, and you can say the conditions and stuff like that, but it's at home. He knows this ground. He knows it's going to be these conditions.
Yeah.
He should be automatic from that point.
Yeah, they weren't super huge kicks, were they? On there, but I mean, both sides missed. The wind didn't help. Obviously, one he missed one way, and then he overcorrected to go the other, and then just hit both sides. It just did too much, which was a shame. And I think probably if that kicking game could have done a bit more, it might have led to a bit more drama, because it could have pulled that game a bit closer with one or two more kicks. It adds a bit more. I mean, even you got to say the Broncos should have kicked when they went for it on the fourth down in the first quarter. When the weather's that bad, if you're that close and you think this is probably going to be a low-scoring game with our defense, just kick the ball, and it makes a world of difference. And when they didn't, I think it cost them.
I feel kind of robbed of seeing the Broncos defense as well in the Super Bowl. I think they've been awesome. I just love watching PS2 play. He is that shutdown corner that nobody really wants to go against. I haven't seen anything like him in a while. And I think he was Defensive Player of the Year last year, wasn't he? He's reigning Defensive Player of the Year. So that's pretty cool. But then, we don't get to see him. And look, the Patriots are no joke on defense, but there's not like the superstars that the Broncos had. And I'm starting to get a little bit more into defensive football this season. So it is a bit of a shame. I'm just having a look at the two quarterbacks. Drake made 10 completions from 21 attempts, and Stiddy 17 of 31. Like they didn't get 30 completions between them, and they barely broke 200 yards between them. Like it's pretty poor. Even rushing wasn't great.
One thing I thought the Patriots defense did well, and Gonzalez is superb, but I thought one thing they really game planned really well on around Stidham was not letting him have the edge. You saw them going really wide around the edge with their slots and corners because early doors he was taking off and he was trying to get out wide and break runs, and that was probably his most effective play, just breaking out some of those runs beyond that first drive. So they went really wide and said, we've got absolutely no chance. We're going to make sure you stay in that pocket and you have to show what you've got as a passer. In this weather, you can't use your legs to beat us. And it worked wonders. Absolute worked wonders for them because he didn't have anything. Take away, he's like Malik Willis. Take away his leg threat and he's half the player. And the starting point as a 4-game starter before this weekend isn't much.
You look at any of the QBs that the Broncos could have faced in the playoffs. Let's say Caleb Williams, let's say Justin Herbert, let's say Josh Allen, let's say like any of them that they would have done. If they'd done that, they would have still found success.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have just been Jared Stidham, because Allen has proved even like throughout this that you take that running capability away from him and he will be prone to throwing stuff that's a little bit wary. He's proven it against the Patriots this season, let alone anywhere else. The only one that might be a bit there is probably Caleb Williams, because he's not used to having that kind of time, and if he does, he's going to punish you anyway. So that might have been the only one, but it was really, really well done by the Broncos. I completely agree with you.
Anyone else really miss seeing the Bears this weekend? Like, I got a little sad. Like, I didn't get to catch Caleb Williams doing Caleb Williamsy things. Like, I think it's a shame. I do miss him. Any final thoughts on the more boring of the two games, or should we talk about the actual Super Bowl, which is the LA Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks?
Let's.
I don't have a fun drop or anything for this. I wish I did, but boy, did this then deliver.
Yeah.
Thank you, New England, Denver, for making this seem like the greatest game I've ever seen in my life. They really switched the two up. Like, it got to 1:30 in the morning here, and I was like, still wide awake watching it, going, I might not be able to function tomorrow if I stick around for this. So I did tap out, I think, just after the second half started. And then first thing in the morning, watched the second half. Good golly gosh. I had no idea what was going to happen in this damn thing. I love a high-scoring game, but it wasn't even that. It's not like we were watching the Bengals with their horrible defense. It was just incredible throw after incredible throw. Like Stafford playing like it was the last game of his career. Sam Darnold playing like, he was an absolute ghostbuster. There was nothing out there. He's the most incredibly confident version of Sam Darnold I've ever seen. Just chucking it, knowing what was on the other end. And I'm just going to throw some shade at Geno Smith because that's kind of the way that we do here. But I did see the kind of the meme that was going around, which was Geno Smith clearly was the problem because the team that he left has gone to the Super Bowl and the team that he joined has got the number 1 pick. There is not a bigger tilt on somebody than that, Alex.
It is his fault.
It is his fault. That's right. I don't think I've got a banner that just says it's Geno's fault, but I'll create one at some point. Yes. Yeah, it's Geno's fault. We've got to be careful as 3 white dudes. Yeah. It is down with the Smiths.
Well, that's appropriate for this game.
There we go. Yeah, God, just night and day from it. And it's in those moments when you realize who you want to win. So I've got no stake in the game. I love both these teams. I really enjoy watching them. And when it looked like the Rams were going to win it, I was worried for the Seahawks, and I was like, clearly, then that's just the path that I've gone down. But I wonder if it would have happened the other way. I'd just fallen for the cloaks like underdog and be like, oh, go on, you can just like make that one throw or anything. God, yeah. Any thoughts while I'm rambling?
On that Darnold conference thing, like people keep saying he's gonna happen, he's gonna go bad. He's the reason that they're gonna lose this game because they're facing someone competent, and it's not happening.
You mean NFC champion Sam Darnold, best QB in the 2018 draft class?
Well, did you see his interview response to that as well, which was brilliant? When the whole thing was, he's the first NFC quarterback. He's the first quarterback from that class with Baker, with Lamar, with Josh Allen. First one to go to a Super Bowl, and they mentioned it in an interview to him. He's like, "Well, I've already done it back in 2023."
Oh, because Niners.
Yeah.
All right. You didn't get
I love
there.
That,
you went there. There is a difference between driving and sleeping in the back seat. Like, just saying.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he's had a bit of that circus, but even still, I love that confidence from him, and I'm really, really happy for him. I think the play that I felt most gutted for in this was Davante Adams. This is the fifth NFC Championship game that he's lost. Never been to the big game, and if any player deserves it, it's Davante's absolute superstar.
Yeah, and he, unlike a lot of people that have hung around with a particular quarterback from Green Bay and now at Pittsburgh and maybe now retired, Davante Adams has never really come across as a unlikable character in my eyes. He seems relatively humble as a wide receiver can get. You know, he's still cocky, still has his moments, but not a part of me has ever gone, God, I wish that he would just shut up and retire like I have with other people that have received passes from Aaron Rodgers. I don't like to say it too loud because, you know, he might appear. I just want to quickly throw a little shout out to the Jets for clearly seeing what loads of other teams eventually have cottoned onto and drafting Sam Darnold in 2018. They knew it. They knew that boy was going to get a Super Bowl one day. And boy, were they correct.
My question is, who's going to be more excited that the Seahawks win the Super Bowl? Is it going to be the Jets or the Seahawks fans?
Jets. Definitely. Because it's their QB, all right, is going to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That is the Jetsiest thing. That is me claiming that Drew McIntyre is the first British champion when everyone in Scotland is like, settle down. He's Scottish. He's not British. That's what we're doing. The Jets fans, we are riding the coattails of the Seattle Seahawks. I ain't got the towel. Where is it? I'll spin it around. Yeah, just what foresight to draft such a generational talent that is now on his way to his second Super Bowl. Well done, New York Jets. You've done it again.
It's an interesting question here. I think the Seahawks are winning. Spoiler, I think a lot of people probably have that. I think the Seahawks win. I think they're the better team next week. But it's going to be an interesting conversation at the end of this because I'm wondering, does Cooper Kupp, if he wins this, he'll have won 2 Super Bowls. He'll have had the Triple Crown. He'll have had the Defensive Player of the Year award. I appreciate that all of that happened in 1 year in 2021 and he was incredible. But to win the Super Bowl twice, as incredible as he was, particularly on the Rams, and now he's on the tail end of his career, I wonder where that puts him in a Hall of Fame conversation versus someone like Davante, who's probably been better for a long time, hasn't got those awards or that similar. He's never done the Triple Crown. I don't think he's ever won Offensive Player of the Year. I doubt it. And he's never got to a Super Bowl. So it'd be interesting to see how that's considered.
If Larry Fitzgerald, my favorite wide receiver of all time, could make the Hall of Fame, Cooper Kupp can clearly make the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. The argument really is he first ballot? Yeah. And in 5 years, when he's eligible, people will just remember the list that you gave there and not when each one of those happened. It's not just one magical season. It's 2 Super Bowls, jump around, doing things that no one else has ever done. And then, to be contributing at the back end of his career to get a team to the Super Bowl. Nobody thought he was going to do now for the Seahawks. And he popped off. Honestly, it felt like a revenge game, but he was like really nice about it. And God bless Stafford at the end of the game, like going to go find him and like have a quick chat. That's really nice things that you love to see, you know.
Yeah, and that beautiful moment with him and Puka as well, where their target was on the field. That was really, really nice. That was really good to see. They seem like a good bunch. I mean, Puka's had his moments this season, to be fair, but as a general rule, they seem like a good bunch. So I was kind of gutted for the Rams, but I think the Seahawks have been the best team all season. That's why they were ahead of the Rams in their own division. And I think the best team won, but it has to be said that as close as this game was, like we said, down with the Smiths, the possibly the worst kick return or catch attempt I've ever seen. It was appallingly bad. And the Rams have had special teams issues all season. They fired their special teams coordinator just before Christmas. But this was all on the player. Like the ball wobbled in the air. That happens. And it goes a little bit back further than you want. So step back. His answer to it's going a little bit backwards. I'll fall backwards and hope it lands in my chest.
Yeah, just get one of these.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it because, like, if he's fallen back and then it's landed in his chest, he's already down, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it already counts as down. So,
but he could just
hear me out. If he stood up and he catches it, he's also caught it.
He panicked and he knew after he went, oh, like a really comic book. When it gave it up and then immediately lost his job. All of the kick returns was Kyren Williams for the rest of the game. He was just sacked mid-game, right? Jog on. And he cost
losing your job in the NFC title game.
Yeah. Oh, and he'll get replayed so much as well. That will haunt him forever.
He's done.
Yeah. He had 2 punt returns for 0 yards. just finding his stats there. Just wanted to make sure that came up.
And I think that's a really important thing as well. And to consider when people overreact to certain draft picks that's going to come up in the next few months, when people overdraft because somebody's drafted a kicker instead of picking up an undrafted free agency, or taking a project receiver that's fast that might be the team's probably thinking we want them for our special teams. Special teams has been the difference this week. As much as the quarterback was awful for Denver, if Lutz had sorted those kicks out, they win. If he'd have caught that and not immediately given up a touchdown because it was like a pass or 2 passes later from Sam Darnold and it was in, there's a good chance the Rams win that game. And special teams really, really matters. And it gets so undervalued when people just look at defensive stats and offensive because special teams is on the field so little. But it makes an enormous difference.
Well, that's been the big criticism, not only this season, which you've already touched on, the fact that McVay fired a coach in between season, which he's never done in his career. He's never done it before. But he was at that much of his tether's end. He had to do it. Just before Christmas, we covered it on the pod and we went absolutely mental when it actually happened. But that's always been the big Rams criticism, is that, like, yeah, your offense is mint. You've got Matt Stafford, you've got Puka Nacua. You're awesome. You're brilliant. You're fantastic. Your defense is explosive. It's incredible. Your special teams is the top 5 worst in the league. And it's not even just this season. It's every season.
Yeah.
They suck so bad and it doesn't make any sense. And the kicker, bless him, the thicker kicker, he's doing bits.
Yeah.
And he is. He's really trying. And he's really, really living up to the hype, being a rookie kicker, doing his thing, and like allowing and not letting the thicker kicker name get to him or do anything like that. By the way, top 5 nickname in the league, right there, really, really up there, in my opinion.
And when you see him get
like
up,
active players, hold on, Pete, shut up. Active nicknames, because I have a vested interest in this.
No, active, 100%.
Okay. So
we
not
can't go
all time.
the way back. No, we can't go all the way back all the time. We can't like
somebody put in the notes greatest nicknames of all time. The old nickname team will put together an all-star nickname cast. That's
Right.
that's some off-season content right there.
There you go. That's it. But like,
Yeah, thicker kick is great. Love it.
And also, it has to be said as well, when you see him all suited up, he does not look like a rookie. He looks like a proper tail ender, doesn't care anymore, smokes 10 fags a day like during the game and just drinks pints.
Like
he looks like
Reece
45.
Evans in The Replacements, where he comes on and like smokes and then like stomps it out and kicks a field goal. Love it.
Yeah. He's going through a bad divorce, but football's his escape.
He's 23.
Stone.
That's great. I really like that.
We need to spend less time together, I think.
You sound like my wife.
How is he 111 kilos? No.
Kilos is quite a lot.
Yeah,
that's
for a kicker.
That is 17 stone. I didn't think about that really.
Amazing. Because you can put all of that weight behind it. And the kicking game has never been so good than it has this year. We've talked about it a few times. They can like prep their own walls and bring anything with them and all that kind of good stuff. We're getting records broken. It's never been a better time to be a 117 kilo kicker that can just absolutely stick all of that weight behind it. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Will Lutz could learn a thing or two. I'm just saying. Put some back, show up next season, just like edge.
I'm going to the nutritionists and saying, "Can I have the defense nutrition, please?" Defense nutrition plan.
Just sat there with like a whole chicken, just getting all of the protein. Yeah, just cracking eggs square into his mouth.
That Michael Phelps diet where he used to eat like 20 Twinkies a day just to get the calories he needed to swim, amongst everything else.
Yeah, me and him, same diet, just saying. There were multiple incredible catches in this game. Like, what on earth was going on? Like, everyone's playing out of their mind. Puka Nacua, he was like a man possessed, honestly. He's good. I mean, he's great. And I've thought this. I mean, he showed up looking like, I think I said, someone's aunt who's gone through a divorce and swapped teams, if you know what I mean. Which was a move. You know, he looked a bit like Austin Powers' love child, but he backed it up, got out there. Just, I could watch his highlight reel from this game over and over. Somebody put a sick edit together on TikTok, and it for some reason it looked like it was an hour long. Because it just left it playing. Like, what a guy! What a guy!
Yeah, incredible.
I will, however, see a Puka Nacua, and I will raise you Smith and Chigba.
There it is.
Yeah. There it is. The two best receivers in the league squaring off. Oh, this season, just been incredible. And Jigba is just, I think Brady was doing this really fantastic analysis about it. And he says, when he changes direction, he doesn't dip a shoulder. Like, he keeps his shoulders in the same place when he's running at a defender. And if he skips like that, the defenders will like look at the dip of the shoulder to try and read which way a receiver's going. And he doesn't do it. So they've just got no idea. There's not even a clue whether, is he feinting? Is he going that way? He's just, boop, and then zips off to the side like those robot goalkeepers that you see. He's just, boop, and he's out the way. And you're like, I beat him. He's brilliant.
Cutting like a running back. Like, you see it a lot of the time with your Barclays and whatnot, where they are just like, and then they're laterally like going across one way. I think it was Brady. I saw him talking about it. Yeah, JSN just, I mean, what is he, third year into his contract now?
Yeah.
So they've still got, I don't think he was a first round pick either. So
he was like 17th.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Okay. He was like the star wide receiver, and then he just didn't work out in his rookie season because whose fault was it?
Aaron Rodgers. I'll find a way. He hadn't lured. Oh yeah, it was Gino's fault. Of course, it was Gino's fault. Yeah, I should have known.
You could also argue it was Pete Carroll as well.
I was blaming DK Metcalf for having not been lured away so that JSN could fly. And I like DK Metcalf, apart from when he punches fans. But yeah, God, I completely forgot about him. And yeah, you've got to be kicking yourself if you're DK right now. Oh, sorry, what's his full name? What does he hate?
DeCalin.
Butcher it. DeCalin, thank you. Yeah, you got to be kicking yourself if you're DeCalin right now. Like, oh, I'll make a move and I'll go over to a team that is guaranteed to make the playoffs. They've got a Super Bowl caliber QB and head coach and weapons and defense and all of this stuff, and they just turn out to be the black and yellow, slightly better Jets. And then his team or ex team goes on to the Super Bowl. You just things you love to see. You like to see like good things happen to good people, like your Donalds who've stuck it out, and then you like to see annoying things happen to kind of annoying people. So that's fun for me.
Yeah,
any more thoughts?
Yeah, I think he had the best catch, Smith and Jigba. He had that one-handed one that was just like outstretched. Like around the corner it went, and it was just, yeah, that was the best catch of the game, in my opinion. Maybe the weekend, maybe even the season.
Maybe of all time.
One thing I needed to mention on this was Kenneth Walker. He started like a man possessed, and then the Rams did a really, really good, like he was monstrous the first couple of drives. Then the Rams sorted out that running game and he just stopped it. And he's like, fine, I'll just hammer you in the receiving game. And I think he's like 260 yards, something like that, across 2 games so far these playoffs. He was just brilliant. So many good runs. As soon as he got open space, he was a nightmare to tackle. And I think he was a huge part of that success. It was really, really, there's only 1 touchdown this week, as opposed to the 3 last week, but he's been a superstar and he didn't seem to miss.
What's mad is he only had 62 yards. It felt like he had double that.
Right, yeah. He did. He had 111 in total.
But
because the receiving yards, 62 running yards, which is why they made the switch, as Pete says. Like he got stopped, and I think he had 3 consecutive losses, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then they made the switch to make him a receiver and just air it out. The other one that deserves a shout out is Rashid Shaheed.
Yes.
The first catch he made, I was like, just absolutely, because we talked about him last week, and after having like waxed lyrical about him a little bit, I was like, was he actually that good, or did I just see a couple of good highlights? And then his first catch was great. I was like, nope, justified.
Do you think at the line of scrimmage, as soon as the ball is snapped, he just looks at the cornerback and goes meep meep, and then runs? Because he's so fast.
Just yeah, there's absolutely no chance catching him there. And what do you do, honestly, between them? Like JSN, Rashid Shaheed, got Kenneth Walker obviously receiving Cooper Kupp. And let's not rule out Jake Bobo. Like, give the man his flowers before we talk about anything else. You could hear a nation and a half shout "who" as he caught that ball. Like, there's a lot of memes going around at the moment, like celebrity sounding like an owl, but never mind that. It was just everyone going "who" when Bobo got that.
Hey there, Bobo.
Good catch, good position. Nobody obviously saw him coming. It's a beginning basket, Bobo.
Yeah, 4th catch all year, and what I want to catch, like five targets as well. So it's not even that he's been rubbish, just 5 targets, 4 catches.
And in that game, he had 1 reception for 17 yards of a touchdown. That was it.
I'm really, really glad he did it this week, because if he did it next week, in 2 weeks in the Super Bowl, everyone would have gone, "What? Who's this kid? What are we doing?" And then it would have prompted like 20 think pieces about the guy that does it in the Super Bowl. Oh my God, he does it, he does it. Like last year with Cooper DeJean. And yeah, to be fair, Cooper DeJean was mint for the Eagles all the way through the season. Bobo hasn't been. But like everyone will be like, "Oh, Bobo's the new cool player." No, he's not. He's quite bad. He might not even make the team next year.
The thing is, he's always going to be in space because you've got to cover everyone else.
Yeah.
So he's just got to be out there somewhere. And it's like, well, I guess it's got. Watch Bobo catch the pass to win the Super Bowl. Like, I'm just saying it now, based on what Alex just said. There are going to be think pieces now. I'm very sorry. You've done it. I'm putting money on a Jake Bobo last touchdown of the Super Bowl bet. That's gonna scare me the one.
Love to see it. Things that you love to see.
Things you love to see. Let's do some news.
Yes, sir. News from the underground.
News from the underground on today's gold standard episode of the NFL Rush 5 Yard podcast. Go on, Pete. Give us a breakdown. Who's hurt?
Good news is we're not talking injuries this week. It's nice. No injuries. Secret injury to Drake May. Who knows?
Yeah, we talked about him though. See you later.
Let's talk some more head coach hirings and head coaches walking away from teams as well. It'll be quite interesting. We found out today Joe Brady is got a 5-year deal to become the new head coach of the Bills. We kind of talked about that last week when McDermott went. We suggested that this probably was because Joe Brady was of interest to a lot of teams. And
God bless you for saying we suggested this. This really feels like we had a group project and Alex and I put our names at the bottom.
Okay.
You saw it, you called it, we agreed.
Yeah. And there was I think a lot of Bills fans were shocked by this because they were thinking it was going to be Grant Adinsky, the Jags DC. He was one of I think he was in the final 2, but they've promoted Brady from within. And I think there's a lot of sense to that. The offense hasn't really been a problem for all of this time for the Bills. McDermott was defensive coach, and their record in these playoff games where they've lost, the amount of points they've given up has been appalling. So focus on that, getting a really, really good DC to sort out that defense and draft better. On that draft, are you going to talk about Keon?
I was not. I was going to say, hey, I've got an idea for a really good defensive coordinator if you want one.
Please.
His name's Sean McDermott.
Not in recent experience. Not a big game play caller. But the really interesting one where after it happened and they were talking about Keon Coleman being obviously disappointing, and the coach interrupted because Brandon Beane got promoted as a GM. The owner, interrupted. Said, "Let me just talk about this. We drafted Keon Coleman because McDermott wanted him." And then there's that video footage that came out because we all watched Hard Knocks of the GM Brandon Beane going, "Oh, I'm glad he's done bad on that because it'll make it easy for us to draft him." Like, oh, what a way to
someone forgot there was a camera. Yeah, you gotta absolutely love it. It's hilarious when people don't realize that there are receipts. And nowadays, there are usually cameras everywhere. And in your case, you signed a contract to have cameras everywhere. Yeah, God bless him.
Absolutely bonkers. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, I think Brady will do well. It allows for continuity on there. It'll be interesting to see who he gets in for his team and where they go in this draft as well, because they need to start the defense. They've invested a lot in there, and it's not particularly worked. He's probably going to push for some skill players as well, because what they've got aren't it. It's just Josh Allen, James Cook, and then you figure it out between you, and we'll sort it out from there. So they're going to need. They've got a big off season this year to really step up next time, even if they don't feel like they're a million miles away. I think this was probably the most obvious window for them with this current AFC playoff class.
Yeah, well, we're going to probably end up talking strength of schedule and stuff throughout the off season and whatnot. But something important to point out, because I mean, we've talked about the Patriots having kind of an easy ride. You know, nothing's easy, but they're having a relatively easy ride this season because of where they landed last year, which I think, you know, the Bills won't be worried that, oh my God, the Patriots made the Super Bowl, the Patriots are back, because next season the Patriots don't have that easy ride. And I actually had a look, and I've saved this. So the Pats away have got Bills, obviously. They've got the Bears, the Chiefs, the Lions. The Patriots got this. The Lions, the Jags, the Chargers, and then Dolphins, Jets, and then the Seahawks. That's just their away. That's where they've got to go. So the Patriots already have a difficult time away at home. Obviously, again, they've got the Bills. We've got Broncos, Green Bay, Raiders, Miami, Vikings, Jets, and Steelers. So home a little bit easier, but not half as simple as what they've done this season. So the Bills, I don't think, will be worried that that's it now. They've got to compete really hard against the Patriots. And the Patriots could be the team that drops off like next year. You know, it could. I don't see it, but it could easily go through. So if they make the right moves and they don't lose their head, and then, you know, the Bills can take that division and, you know, the number one seed.
Yeah, but I don't think they even really necessarily worry too much about that playoffs. Yes, there's the one seed there. It's how they step up in big games. And Josh Allen's not the issue. Josh Allen isn't the issue stepping up there. It's everybody else around him, and it's his coaching as well. If Brady can better handle those situations in those games, and a lot of Bills fans are skeptical about that, but if he can, then the promised land isn't completely out of reach. And I think that's probably why they're wanting that continuity. That's probably the magic sauce that they've given Brady that role, because there is a bit of, they know what he can do with the players that are there.
Just looking at top 5 wide receiver free agents that could like try and nab and steal from a team, basically. George Pickens, Mike Evans, Alec Pierce, Rashid Shaheed, and Deebo Samuel. They're the top 5 wide receiver free agents. None of them really jump out apart from Pickens.
Yeah,
he's not in the top 5, Ayuk, apparently. Pickens will stay where he is. They'll pay him. Mike Evans at the end of his career. Alec Pierce, I don't really care. Rashid Shaheed, you know, could win a Super Bowl and then go get a bag over in Buffalo. And because he's such a Buffalo player that he's like a B+. He's on a team of wide receiver 2s. He is the wide receiver 2-iest of the wide receiver 2s. Just see him. He's stand right there. It's the Spider-Man meme where they all just show up at the wide receiver room and they're like, it could be any one of us, but none of us is elite. We're all just enough to get by.
I don't think Evans is going anywhere. I'd be surprised if Jera lets Pickens out of the building. And I imagine the Seahawks will probably want Shaheed to stick around after they've traded for him in season, with how well he's done for them. But you don't know what he wants, and there's always cap issues there. It's not the most inspiring class, but who knows, they might. But what I have seen is, and we'll definitely get into this, I think Daniel Jeremiah put up his top 50 draft prospects, his first top 50 draft prospects, and 12 of them were wide receivers. It's a huge class for receivers this year. It's wide receivers, defensive ends, and then scattered other assorted goods. Cool. So it's going to be wide receiver heavy, I think, in this draft. So they'll strengthen there, is my expectation.
Yeah, fair play. Speaking of head coaches that have been hired, do I have a drum roll sound effect? Bear with me. Oh, I do. Mike McCarthy becomes the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was the perfect drum roll sound effect, actually, for Mike McCarthy getting a head coach job. The 8 and 9th coach to go to the 9 and 80th team. Which way is it going to land? Is he finally going to have that winning season with 9 wins instead of 8? Watch this space. Don't really care for it. Love it because either, firstly, I get to bully my little cousin, so that's fun. But also, does that mean that Aaron Rodgers sticks around? You know, the last dance, get the band back together.
He's on the phone to Alan Lazard as we speak.
Oh, absolutely. Randall Cobb, take your slippers off. Let's go. Eddie Lacy, call him up, bring him in. They could do with it. That's it. They need a new fullback. God. Yeah. So I have no other comments on that apart from it's hilarious.
He's not a bad coach, and that's the thing, isn't it? Mike McCarthy isn't a bad coach, but he's a floor raiser rather than a ceiling raiser, and their floor's fine. I just don't see it. Like you say, they go from 8 and 9 to 8 and 9. It's the neutral planet of coaching hires. It's we didn't want. Did you not? That's reference probably went over, Alex. That's a first season Futurama reference. If I die, tell my wife I said hello. If Steelers were desperate to get rid of Tomlin for being a really, really good coach that couldn't rebuild and take them to the next step, what's the point in bringing Mike McCarthy in? It must be so frustrating that you've just given us the same but less likable.
Tankety tank.
But they won't.
No. They'll finish 8 and 9. They'll make the playoffs and then finish 9 and 8. That's the Steelers do, man. But is that coach coming next year instead? So,
No.
has the coach have they done their due diligence? Because whatever you want to say about the Steelers organization, they are kind of well run. Like, they do draft well. They are kind of somewhat smart. Over the last 3 years, they've been idiots, but they do kind of draft okay. And they sign good free agents that accommodate their team well and make sure that that's there. And they've always been smart with it. Their quarterback situation has not been the best over the last couple of years. Yes, okay. But have they already sourced the guy they want and gone, he's not quite ready yet. Let's give him another year and see if he is, and then pull the trigger then. Because that's what I feel like the Texans did, and definitely what the Patriots did.
Yeah. But remember, this is the Steelers that have had, 3 head coaches in 30 years? That's not what they do. And when we say that they're well run, they have some of the worst facilities in the league. They share training ground with a college team. It's not the most appealing place. One of the reasons why you say it's so well run is, yes, they generally draft well, given that they're normally picking in the back half of the draft because they're generally a wildcard team. And that they have stability at the coaching position. That's really it. That's what makes it good, stability at the coaching. So I don't see them going, let's just put in a sacrificial Mike McCarthy for a season and then ship him out with Aaron Rodgers after another 12 months and bring somebody new in. It would be quite the departure from the Rooney family. Don't know if you see it differently, Joel.
No, I like it for the comedy mostly. I don't see anything good coming from this. I don't see him bringing up a QB prospect, even if Rodgers is there for a season. I don't see, even let's say Rodgers leaves, then what's he going to do? None of the QBs that are either going to slip into free agency or going to lose their jobs are dying to be coached under Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy. And I wouldn't trust him with the next generation of it either. So for me, it's a baffling move that is just, I don't know. He must just have a really good agent or something, or there's a file somewhere that somebody visited in Ireland. I don't know, but Mick McCarthy does. So watch this space. I think it'd be a one and done. I don't think there's any coaches on the horizon or anything like that. I think it's just a pointless move in a pointless division of pointless people, and it is not their year next season. On to a slightly less pointless decision, and maybe the week, which I think I might make a jingle for that at some point. Jesse Minter is appointed the head coach in Baltimore. Minter is coming. They did it. They got the name. That's good enough for me. I don't know anything about him. I haven't looked at him since. I just saw it and I was like, these guys know how to promote a guy. I am on board.
Yeah. We knew he was going to get a head coaching job. Didn't expect it to be the Baltimore Ravens of that kind of standard and that kind of peak that they were after. Really happy for him. Really happy for him. not salty or sad in any way. By the way, if people didn't know, Jesse Minter used to be the defensive coordinator of the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yes.
So that's why, like, some of us know a little bit about him. Bless him. He is very good. And the really good thing about him is he didn't take all of his staff yet.
Yes.
So, so currently,
In the first 5 days, he has not coached the entire defensive staff from LA.
So currently, the DB back for the Chargers is like looking over everything and making sure it's there. But they have their own kind of hunt for a new DC. They're probably going to either sign the DB coach of the Rams or look into other areas. I would personally like the DB coach of the Rams. I think that's probably the guy that I want. But anyway, that's another off-season kind of thing because no one's going to rush that one and do that lot. He will make them defensively sound, and he will probably hire a very good offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I think that's it. Defensive coaches need a decent OC, and if he can bring that like real tough Baltimore defense like back, then that could be a lot of fun. If they can keep Lamar Jackson on the field, basically, then eventually he's gonna like come up with gold. So yeah, I found that quite exciting. Obviously, you're always gutted. Does what happened to the Lions happen to the Chargers? You start to have good seasons, and then you lose a lot of the pieces, and you start to like crumble a little bit. I guess we'll see. They're in a tough division. They may not even make the playoffs next year. Broncos, Chiefs, them. I can't just. I've blown poor Alex's mind.
You are blasphemous. Blasphemous. But no, the main reason why that's not going to happen, and Pete, I'm sorry, I'm going to steal this one from you, is Mike McDaniel's the new offensive coordinator, everybody.
There he is.
Your favorite.
I got you.
God damn it.
Yeah. So highly of him all season. And now it's the OC for the team that you support. Like, what could possibly go wrong?
I feel like the only person that I must have absolutely just popped a squat and dropped one from on high on more this season was probably Geno Smith. And it's all Geno's fault. It's all Geno's fault anyway, so it's fine. But Mike McDaniel was a very close second. He was very close. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to him being the guy that everyone hates, but he's our guy that everyone hates.
Yeah, look, as a Jets fan, having to put up with Aaron Rodgers for a season and the off-season hype where you're like, look, I hate him, but now he's the QB, so let's rally and hope that it's all right. I fully understand that sometimes you've just got to take one for the team, but it's pretty insufferable. Like when you do your best, but about 2 games in is probably the limit. But hey, what are 2 games that you'll buy in and be like, McDaniel's got this. All right, he didn't get it in the first game, but then he fails in the second game, and you're like, God damn.
I think this is a kind of like a slight fantasy nugget ahead of next season. This should be good for Ladd McConkey.
Heard it here first.
And the reasoning behind that is Mike McDaniel in Miami had one tactic and one tactic alone. And it was, our offensive players are faster than your offensive players. Everything was built around speed. It was just, we're going to be faster than you, and that's how we're going to win. We'll win with explosive plays through speed. Keenan Allen's not giving you that anymore. Quentin Johnston's not giving you that, but Ladd McConkey can. Ladd McConkey is fast. So
As is the running back room.
Yes, yeah. Hampton and who's the other?
Vidal.
That's it, Commander Vidal. Yeah. So I think you're going to see a lot more because McConkey had a bit of a dip this year. I think it's a good time to buy low in your dynasty teams because I think he will become a focal point next year.
Well,
Because
Keenan
of that.
Allen came back, took Lad McConkey's job, but Keenan Allen was back on a 1-year contract. I think he's probably not coming back next year, which brings Lad back up. So, yeah.
Yeah,
He's probably
almost.
right.
Don't really see why you wouldn't extend Keenan Allen.
Depends on the bunch, doesn't it?
75.
That's why I went to Chicago because they traded him for a fourth because they needed the money.
We've
But
got
you
the
got
most
Tom,
cap
don't you?
space of any team.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we've got the most cap space of any team. Mad. It's actually
That is
mad.
bad. Does that not
Um,
mean that the players don't want to play for you, regardless of how much money you've got? We can pay you whatever you like. No, thank you.
Or it means that we've only got 2 really inflated contracts because we got rid of all the rest of them that had overinflated contracts from previously.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't have to
all
pay
those
cleanups
playoff
because
wins.
nobody comes to the games.
Absolutely. The only thing that's bad is that we don't have we can't really sell the SoFi Stadium sponsorship because again nobody comes to the games and we get less ticket sales than whoever comes to SoFi Stadium because it's an away game every week.
Yeah.
At least you can split the bills with the Rams, though, can't you? Like they pay half the electric, half the council tax. You know, you'll buy the pizza this week. They'll stock the fridge. You know, it's just these good moves that you'll have to see from the LA teams really work together.
Yeah, cool.
It should be an appealing with that much amount of cap space. Now that is an exciting landing spot for George Pickens.
Yeah.
Now that with Herbert, with that offensive line back, with McDaniel in there, that is magic, and they can afford him. They can afford to outbid the Cowboys as well if they want to, if they don't just go for another rookie. But that
And going
that
wide
would work
receiver
really
one.
well.
I'll do a lot for the boy's ego. He likes
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You want to play second fiddle to the to CeeDee Lamb and not make the playoffs, or do you know what I mean? Number one on the Chargers that have legit playoff hopes.
Yeah. Yeah. And the weather's beautiful. I mean, I know it is in Dallas as well, but you don't have to deal with Jarrah.
Yeah, there is that too.
Alex is just getting excited now.
Yeah.
Which means you'll sign Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, most likely. Brandon Ayuk will have because this is what we're happened in the offseason. Chargers fans were like, right, we're going to get a really good running back. Right, we're going to get a really good running back. Oh, great. Yeah, no, he's a Pirate now.
Right, somebody talk to me about...
He plays for you. Totally forgot.
Somebody tell me about Brian DeBall, because I didn't know this news. So, set to be...
Yeah. So Brian Daboll he's been offered the OC job in Tennessee in the for working under Robert Saleh, but he's still in the running for Raiders head coach. So when he doesn't get that job, because he won't get that job, he's going to end up being the OC there. It's just delaying tactics, I think.
Were there any truth to the rumors that he walked away from the OC job in Philadelphia?
Yes, he did. So did Declan Doyle as well. The Bears OC, which was weird that he was granted permission because it was a lateral move, but I think it was because he would get play calling responsibilities and things like that. But yeah, a few have walked away from that Eagles OC job. So I'm intrigued as to why that is. Why it's a team that's so stacked with talent as people just going, I don't fancy this at all. I wonder if they can't get reassurances that AJ Brown's back. And I wonder if that's playing into it.
Could
But
be
yeah,
all
a
sorts.
few
Like,
people have turned down.
I'd speculate wildly that you go into these interviews and you say, oh, great, thanks for having me. What I'd really like to do is this and this and this. And you're told by ownership and the likes, be like, no, this is Eagles football. This is what we need you to do. And immediately people go, nah, I'm all right. You know, I'll probably pass and I'll do something like somewhere else. So that's just me, headcanoning this thing. But yeah, could be lose your number one receiving threat. And we all saw the same Jalen Hurts. I'm not going to say that he's like as dire as the internet likes to make him out, but doesn't light me on fire at all, like watching him play. And do you just want to be the team that is just known for pushing someone's bum 1 yard?
But
yeah. When you do it all British, like it makes it sound even more ridiculous. Like the tush push and all that. We don't say tush, so the bum push.
Yeah, the bottom
Bit
press.
lame, innit? Yeah, the bottom press. Yeah. So yeah, I very well could be that. The ball will end up at Tennessee. I think that'll be. I just kind of like the sound of like the Isle of Misfit Toys that is Salah and the ball, both MetLife rejects, get together, giving the old fusion dance and seeing if they can get Tennessee. It's the division that is easy enough to take if you put in just enough effort. They could easily end up like winning the whole thing there. So we'll see what they do, especially in the draft, because they can start building some more pieces as we go. Who put the sixth news item in? Which one of you was it?
'Twas I, just because we can talk a lot about the Cleveland Browns. There's a couple of things to talk about them. The most ridiculous of this, it does need mentioning because we've not mentioned him for an hour and 2 minutes, and that is Shedeur Sanders. He's going to the Pro Bowl.
I just wanted to throw this up from, I'll give credit where it's due, from at NFL Memes. You'll never guess which QB made the Pro Bowl this season. Shedeur Sanders with 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 1,569 passing yards, 56 completion percentage, and a bottom 3 QB. Or, forgotten his first name already, Lawrence. Trevor. Yeah, I just want to call him Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence with 38 touchdowns. So that's 31 more than Shedeur Sanders. 12 interceptions, 2 more than Shedeur. More than double the passing yards, a 5% better completion rating, and he was the 3rd in MVP votes, apparently. What the actual... Who has greased the palms of the Pro Bowl committee on this one so we can have Shedeur Sanders Pro Bowler? I hate this so much.
Yeah, and I mean, even just look at his division. He was the 4th worst starting quarterback in a division with a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback in Lamar Jackson, and one of the best quarterbacks in the league, Joe Burrow. Appreciate that these guys didn't have their best seasons, but there are those 3. And then he started the season as the 3rd or 4th best quarterback on the worst team in the division. And now he's not done anything to say, oh yeah, that was probably wrong. And he's at the Pro Bowl. It's bonkers. I blame Dio.
I hate it so much. I hate it so much.
And on the front of the Browns being the worst team in the division, long may it continue. Looks like their head coach is going to be Schwartz. There were other coaches. They went really aggressively after Adinsky, the Jags DC, who was fantastic. And he said he backed out. So did both of the Rams coordinators. Pulled themselves away from the job and said, we don't want this job. So it looks like it's going to be Jim Schwartz. Now, for those that don't know, particularly UK fans, Schwartz was the team that took over as the Lions after the 0-16 season in 2008. He was there for 4 years and 29-51. He wasn't a great head coach at all, but that was a long time we might have grown. And in the 3 years that he's been the defensive coordinator in Cleveland, over that 3-year period, they have the best defense in the NFL. And a lot of that is the players, but also that's coaching. So he's a very, very good defensive coach. So I think he probably
very, very good defense.
Yes, but a lot of teams have very, very good defensive players and don't coach well. So he's a very good coach. It'd be interesting to see if he's learned from that experience last time and can be a better head coach this time. I'm always skeptical about retreads at head coach, particularly defensive coach when they need to sort out their offense. That's the side that really, really needs the help. So it'd be interesting to see who he brings in. But yeah, it's not an inspiring hire. Well, it remains to be seen what happens, but it's not confirmed yet. I think that's just going to happen in the next couple of days now that everybody else has ruled themselves out of the job.
Fair enough. And then, as a whimper of a final news story, nobody cares, but the Packers hire Legend of Zelda villain Ganon as defensive coordinator.
Yeah, well, I care because it's Jonathan Gannon, who was the Cardinals head coach, who just got fired and has become the DC because Jeff Hafley left to be Dolphins head coach. I care because I was convinced they were going to take Al Harris from the Bears, their DB coach. So I was ecstatic when I found that. Right, cool. It means Harris is staying. We're fine now. And even if he does go, he's not going to Green Bay. So happy days.
Run it back. That's good.
Yeah. And an experienced coach for the Packers as well. So it's a good hire for them as well. I think they'll be happy.
Yeah. Fair enough. On to topic of the week. I've lost my thing. There it is. Bam. Topic of the show. The NFL honors. Don't at me. It's spelt without a U. Look, it's a fortnight until the. Sorry, that's 2 weeks, America. It's a fortnight away for the Super Bowl. We could spend all of this time talking about the Super Bowl matchup and all that good stuff, but we would run out of things to say next Tuesday. So what there is, or are the NFL honors this weekend, and we've talked here and there throughout the season about, they could be a candidate for this, they could be a candidate for that. Do I have bets on a bunch of these? You betcha. So I thought, why not? Let's just go through the motions and have a look at each of the categories and say who we thought. Maybe we keep track, maybe we don't. Let's see. I put it in a relatively simple order, but we are starting with the Coach of the Year, apparently. I didn't think I put that one first, but here we are. Coach of the Year. We've got Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, Mike McDaniel, Kyle Shanahan, and Mike Vrabel. I'll take who you want, who you think. Let's go. Alex, talk to me.
It's Ben Johnson.
What, for both?
It's Ben Johnson. It's just Ben Johnson.
The answer is Ben Johnson. On to the next one.
On to the next one. The answer is Ben Johnson. Now, I'll be totally honest with you. Who I want it to be will be Ben Johnson. Who I think it will be, most likely, will be Mike Vrabel.
Go on, Pete.
Right. I think Ben Johnson. I assume we're doing this quick fire. So I was just kind of going. I wasn't
relatively. You're fine. No one cares. It's 9 o'clock.
For his sake, I want Ben Johnson to win it, but also there's kind of a curse. Coach of the Year tended not to do well next year, so maybe I don't want him to win it. I think Mike McDonald should win it, but I think everybody on this list is deserving. There's no pretender here. Everybody's done an incredible job. I've got to give a big shout out to Kyle Shanahan. The amount of injuries that they've got to do as well as they've done this season, he's done that with backups everywhere, which Ben Johnson's to a certain extent, but I think Shanahan's done it with backups. So I think probably he's who I want to, but I want him on Mike McDonald to win it. I think Vrabel will win it.
Yeah, I would love to know who is voting on these things. In a general sense, not I need a list of names, just like who are they picking? I know it's like people from the media and this, that, and the other. I would like to see the board of people to just kind of get a feel for the way that I think that they might vote. Who do I want to win it? I think Mike McDonald, like looking at this, and that's because just personally, I had the Seahawks as the 4th team in their own division.
Yeah.
So he has blown me out of the water here. And obviously all these votes happen before the playoffs as well, so it doesn't include the postseason. I would like to see him do it because he's absolutely done it for me. I think and did bet on Mike Vrabel because he did take a legitimately terrible Patriots team and he is now in the Super Bowl. And even when the voting will have stopped, everybody will have looked at the playoffs and gone, he's probably still going to take them to the Super Bowl. So you can add that bias to it. So I think Vrabes does that one for me. Assistant coach of the year, which is the one that I thought that I'd put first. Pete, go on, give us your thoughts.
Flores. Flores is the one that deserves to win it. That team hasn't been good. And unlike some of the others, I think their defense has been fantastic, but their offense has been awful. So we've been put in some really bad positions, similar to a certain extent with Fangio and Vance Joseph. But I just think Flores has done a fantastic, fantastic job. I think Clint Kubiak will win it, and I don't begrudge him that at all. Number one wide receiver, Sam Darnold's looked excellent. They're going to the Super Bowl. He's young. He also has that name as well. Obviously, Gary Kubiak won it with the Broncos in 2015 as head coach. So I think Kubes will win it.
I'm just having a look, see if I actually did bet. I don't think I've got one for assistant coach. Nope. For me, I kind of... it's a tough one because I don't know enough about what they'll have contributed to each team. Names that come up often are Clint Kubiak. Whenever anyone talks about the Seahawks, Clint Kubiak's name comes up. So I'm going to say he will win it because I don't think that they're going to get head coach of the year. And I'll stick with I want him to because let's go Seahawks. I don't feel like I've heard much about the other ones apart from I like saying Vic Fangio. That's about as close as I get to having any stake in this one. Alex, thoughts?
I disagree with both of you. I think Vance Joseph will win it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Broncos the Broncos defense
has been for the Broncos.
Yeah, it's been unreal this season, and without their defense, they wouldn't have got where they are. So I think he'll probably win it.
I didn't know where to put this next one because Pete will know that in our group chat that we have a soft spot for trying to work out who the hell the comeback player of the year will be every year. It might be the one that we talk about the most out of all of these honors when we're talking about who we're going to bet on. I'm going to open the floor to myself. I bet on Aiden Hutchinson before the season started. He was the one that I was like, out of anyone I can think of who is going to come back and absolutely make a difference, I thought Hutch could be the one. So I want him to win to secure the 50p that I put on him to win this. Yeah, I'm a high roller, Alex. Don't think you know about it. These knickknacks behind me don't pay for themselves. Who do I think will win? It's really, really tough. I don't know what Trevor Lawrence is coming back from. So that one throws me a little bit. I don't think Stephon Diggs has been that good. Which leaves CMC and Dak Prescott and comeback player of the year. CMC has carried that 49ers team on his back, at least for the first 7-8 games where he was the only receiver. So I think he's come back and as we said previously in the season, all of the injuries helped him thrive. He fed off of them and became some kind of weird superhuman that stolen the souls like he's Shang Tsung. So I think McCaffrey probably takes it, but Hutch to secure me a sweet £3.74. I think I will check. But Pete, who are you thinking?
My take on this is
375,
always
375 coming in my way. Hutch. Go on, Pete.
my take on this is always I don't like the idea of comeback player of the year if you come back from being rubbish. I think if you're coming back from adversity, if it's just that you've been pants and then you improve the next year, and our friend Tom pointed out it's much nicer if somebody's come back from that rather than from life-changing injury, because there's something nice about that. But still, McCaffrey, for that reason, I'd have McCaffrey over Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he's 2,100 yards and 17 touchdowns in the regular season is absurd, absolutely absurd. And for that, from a player that was beat up all last year, I think he will win it, and I think he should win it. I do want to give a shout out to Stephon Diggs as well, because I did not think he was going to come back to this level. I didn't think he had it back in him, but I don't know what magic sauce his I've forgotten his name. His very famous partner, whose name just completely escapes me.
Cardi B.
Cardi B. There you go. Whatever's going on at home is working because he has been a man reborn this year.
It's that pink powder, isn't it?
Must be.
Yeah. I'm taking us back to the off season before we even had a podcast. Like, we didn't even report on Stephon Diggs on a boat with random women calling him daddy, giving him pink substances. Comeback player of the year right there, according to me.
You also forgot the fact that he was arrested for beating up a chef, and his wife threatened a 4-year-old with a murder on Instagram Live.
Wow,
what a family! Absolutely.
The little 4-year-old that was predicting things with the little hats and everything like that. Cardi B went on our Instagram Live and went, yeah, that little 4-year-old, and I'm not going to swear, but like that little 4-year-old girl, she can get it too. And I was like, well, all right then.
Whoa,
all right,
Cardi B.
All right, Cardi B. Okay.
I'd seen the girl had death threats. I didn't realize it was from Cardi B. That's
incredible. I love that so much.
Yeah,
let's get into the Diggses, shall we?
Oh, hold on. Has Alex given his shout on?
No, yeah. Quick, back to Alex. Go on, talk to me, Alex.
It will be Stephon Diggs because the NFL has an issue with celebrities.
Oh, I like your conspiracy theory this week. In fact, you've got a bit of a man lives in a tree kind of vibe. You've not trimmed the beard in a while. I could see you just giving up on everything and going and living off the land. I like it. Tinfoil hats all around.
Dream. I only dream. So some people look at like a room or look at like a house or a log cabin and go, I could build that. I look at like a long stretch of wilderness that, like, when you're out on a walk, I'm like, I could live out there.
and as you're doing it, the beard grows an extra inch every time you think that. Yeah, I love it. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Alex. I know that you've been keen to talk about this one, so we'll start with you, shall we?
In my opinion, it's Carson Schweinsinger.
Good try. Pete, do you want to try the pronunciation for Schweinsinger?
Scherzinger.
What, like Nicole?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to show your workings, Alex, or do we not know enough about the Defensive Rookie of the Year? Because I don't.
He actually led the team in tackles this year as a linebacker on the Browns, which, to say that they've got another very talented defensive player is incredible. He had 11 tackles for loss, 9 quarterback hits, and 2 interceptions this season. So I would say that's pretty good.
Fair play to you. I've got Abdul Carter, who I bet on before the beginning of the season, and as the Wu-Tang Clan put it, cash rules everything around me. So I will be taking Abdul Carter from this lot because I don't know who anyone else is.
I think Emin Rory might win it. He's got that risk because his team have done something, but it should be a Schweinsinger. He's been top 5 linebacker in the league. He's been incredible this year. Such a good player, and it's lost because he plays for the Cleveland Browns.
So you really just Ralph Wiggum'd it then. Me fail English? That's impossible. I can't hear past uncredible. The uncredible Hulk. Hey, Schweisinger, if you're looking for a nickname, we've got it.
The Incredible Hulk, just nobody believes in him.
Mr. Uncredible. Yeah, can't wait. That's the
Doesn't cite any of his sources.
oh dear.
After he retires from the NFL, he's going to get a job at as a White House press secretary.
Oh yeah, he's just stood up there and be like, no fake news. Still has the eye black underneath, yeah, because to make sure that we know that he's a God-fearing Christian man. But yes, good work, Schweisinger. You are potentially going to win that one. Defensive Player of the Year. Are we back-to-back Cleveland Browns on this one? Like,
Yeah.
If they can win something, it's defensive players. God bless anyone else on this list. Micah Parsons was fine. Aiden Hutchinson, comeback player of the year, so he's not going to win the defensive player of the year. Surprised he actually got a nod for defensive player of the year, actually, to be fair. I thought Hutch was okay, but I don't think he's like top 5.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Nick Bonito, yep, fine. Will Anderson Jr., also fine. But Myles Garrett literally broke a record that's been standing for 2 decades or something stupid. So, yeah, absolutely give it to him. Although he needed 1 extra game to do it.
He should be in a running for MVP, but
he should. He definitely should. But I mean, we'll get there. Spoilers. We're going to talk about the MVP at some point. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Honestly, when I saw this list, I had to text. I text our mate May, and I was like, firstly, what you meant, Judkins. Where the hell is Judkins on this list? I'm surprised that the likes of Tyler Shough managed to get on here and Judkins couldn't get a nod. Because he was explosive, and I feel like he was banged up, but so was Egbuka, so was Dart, so was Shough didn't play every game. Trayvon Henderson, there was a fumble issue at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So out of all of this list, I'm looking at it and I'm going, McMillan. None of them blew my mind. I wasn't like, clearly one of these are the offensive rookie of the year. I was like, it's Jericho McMillan. And I can't look past that. I love Jackson Dart. I love Tyler Shough. Emeka Egbuka is probably in offensive fantasy rookie Hall of Fame. He's right there. Or rookie of the year. But I don't think he's been the lights out rookie. If he'd have not got injured, probably. I think those first 7-8 games, just lights out. And then
I think if he ran more than one route, he did one route really, really well. And then after about half season, defense went, oh yeah, he just does that. So when they stopped that, they stopped him. Yeah. And it was done.
And we stopped talking Baker for MVP at the same time. Funny that.
Yeah. I know who it should be, and I know who I want it to be. And they're both the same answer. And they're both Colston Loveland. The fact that he's not on here is ludicrous.
Yeah.
He had a slow start because he was injured in the offseason, but he had more good games than Egbuka did. Egbuka was good for the first half, then fell off. I'd rather have Loveland on here than most of these. I think Tet will win it, and I think second in this should actually be Tyler Shough. I think Tyler Shough is your preseason hype for him. I was very, very skeptical, but I think he's played really, really well. I think he's done really well.
I think second half Shough has done what I was kind of hoping for at the beginning. After they decided to abandon the tank, he did step up and do that. I would love for Tyler Shough to get this. It would be a heck of a boost for his confidence. I don't think McMillan needs that boost. I think everyone's always talking about how great he is. Anyway, Henderson's in the Super Bowl. Egbuka again fell off a cliff. Jackson Dart's the one that throws me here. I really like Jackson Dart, but he's what 3-14 or something. I don't know how many games he ended up starting, but he doesn't bellow offensive rookie of the year. I would rather them have put Scatterbo on there.
Yeah. Or Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren should be on as well.
Yeah, Tyler Warren.
Yeah. Tyler Warren. Where's Tyler Warren? What are you doing, NFL? It's pretty clear. You've got to have at least 2 white QBs in offensive rookie of the year. I think tends to be the way to. Which actually leans into why Tyler Shough could win it, because clearly it's a white QB award, and just a nod to anybody else.
But you can't have 2 white QBs with the offensive rookie awards. Spoiler alert, but you can't have the 2 white QBs with the 2 big offensive awards.
Oh, this plus MVP.
Yeah.
Offensive player. Okay.
That's a good point. Which brings us on to offensive player of the year. Alex, go on, lead us off. This is a tough one.
I think it should be Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think it will be Drake May.
Yeah, that annoying white QB. Hold on. You think it'll be Drake May, but that means, like, spoilers for the next segment. You don't think that Drake May is going to do the MVP?
No.
He's on this list because they don't expect him to win MVP.
Yeah.
Or because they know he's not winning it. Otherwise, Stafford would be on here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's annoying, I suppose. But JSN is clearly. Oh God, Puka as well. No, JSN has clearly had the season, hasn't he? Like that's the one that should get it.
I'm still Team CMC. I'm still CMC.
Yeah. I wouldn't be annoyed about it.
Yards receiving, 1,200 yards rushing, 17 touchdowns.
And that's why he wins comeback player of the year.
But he's put more in. He's got more yards, more touchdowns than Puka and JSN.
I wouldn't hate it, but I just and this is where you get into the murky waters. Is like what does comeback player of the year really mean? Does it mean you came back to the limelight? You came back to relevancy? Well, he was irrelevant because he was really injured last season. But I think comeback player of the year is an insulting award anyway. But I personally think that if you are an offensive player of the year, Christian McCaffrey and just Jackson Smith and Jigba are the 2 that could win it and no one would be upset. Who would it most likely be? Drake May.
Yeah.
Drake May winning it is a silver medal. And if anyone else wins it, it's they won an award. Drake May wins it, it's sorry you didn't win MVP. Yeah. And that's unfortunately, I didn't really think about it, him being like on this in that kind of way. And CMC, Bonafide had a heck of a year, but because he qualifies for comeback player of the year, the voters look at it and go, well, CMC could be offensive player of the year, but he's definitely comeback player of the year. So because I've voted for him there, that means that I can give somebody else offensive player of the year. And it's one of those. I still think JSN has just been an absolute highlight reel. I don't go on stats, I go on vibes. I think with heart. So it doesn't.
Puka alienated a few people as well earlier on in the season. So if it becomes between him and JSN, I think JSN will get the vote. That'll swing it.
Yeah. And for me, when you're looking at stats, facts, and figures and stuff, it's the argument with Myles Garrett having fewer snaps to be able to do what he did. If we're starting to look at things in those kind of lights, take an extra step back, CMC did a lot because he was the only target to be able to do some stuff. JSN, how often was he on the field? I would like to know how many snaps they had and all this kind of stuff. I just think that neither team would be where they got to without either of them. But I think this season people would talk about JSN it being the year of, as opposed to people aren't saying, "Oh, this year was clearly CMC's year," and that's where that goes. But yeah, clearly Drake May is going to win it.
Yeah.
Which leads us on to the Not Drake May Award. Everyone's MVP finalists: Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, CMC, Matt Stafford. Bunch of white guys, mostly quarterbacks, which splits the vote. And could we get an upset? No. I think, Alex, you've been kind of on the MVP train. Who do you want? Who's gonna get it? Who's your MVP?
Matt Stafford. Right, that's just the answer.
You flip-flopped over the past few weeks, so I was curious to see where you would land.
I really have. I feel like Drake May finished the season better than Matthew Stafford, but I do feel like Matthew Stafford showed his quality in the playoffs instead of Drake May.
But when does voting stop? Does voting stop at the end of the regular season?
Yeah, it doesn't include the
does it not include playoffs? I thought it stopped at the end of these games.
Let me just double check.
I was pretty sure that the point is to honor the regular season before the playoffs started, because it's an unfair advantage giving people more games in playoffs and things where it can be kind of like hyped up. Or at least I hope I'm right.
End of the regular season. It's voted by sports writers at the end of the regular season before the playoffs.
Yeah. Then it most like it's between Drake May and Matthew Stafford. Let's agree that.
Yeah. We know it's not Trevor Lawrence because we know he's third.
And it's not.
How would we know? Also, I know that the thing came up and it said that he's third, but
Sorry, I'd love it to be Christian McCaffrey, but it's not going to be.
Just from the peanut gallery here, Nate saying, let's be honest, they're lucky Joe Burrow was injured. He is I assume that means cow. I can't quite see the small flag by that.
He's the cow. I mean, they're lucky Joe Burrow plays for the Cincinnati Bengals because he had 5,000 yards last year and was absolutely lights out and was nowhere near this because he plays for the Bengals and he's got Zach Taylor.
But he is the cow.
He is the cow.
Yeah. Could have won. Yeah, look, we're talking between the two. When I think of this past season, I can't think of a single Drake May highlight. Even though he played really well. But for me, like Matt Stafford, with obviously all the weapons that he's got and whatnot, I just feel like at least every other week there was this is why he's in the running for MVP. And after the preseason coffin-like talk where is his back completely gone? Is he he could be the comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
Based on everything that we heard about all the injuries that he's got. I would love for it to someone take a swerve and be like, hey, Trevor Lawrence, you really did something that we didn't expect you of, but Matt Stafford for me is the MVP, and I've never really thought that it would go to Drake May. I like Drake May.
The only thing I would say on that is look who they're throwing to. They have Stephon Diggs and Puka as their ones. Great. Matt Stafford's number 2 is Devontae Adams. May doesn't have anyone. I don't even think Stephon Diggs is on the same caliber. No one on his receiving corps is as good as Matt Stafford's wide receiver 2. So his weapons there that he's done that with are nowhere near as good. But he's in a much easier division. He's had much easier matches. The eye test, Stafford for me, but I really, really don't begrudge Drake May getting it because he's done wonders with lesser weapons and a malfunctioning run game to start the season as well before Henderson finally started to sort himself out.
You could say the same for Stafford, though. Their first couple of weeks was sketchy running back for the Rams as well, and he always had Puka. Puka was always there as his little safety blanket.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, how many touchdowns did Adams get this year? It was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah, like it was.
He was just all the end zone.
He was the greatest end zone, like just awesome. Yeah, it was really good. I think
14.
for some strange reason, this season, the MVP vote is really quite closer than everybody thinks it is.
They do tell you how many votes each player got as well, don't they? After it's all announced, often you'll find, oh, such and such didn't get it, but he got one vote, that kind of stuff. So it'd be interesting to see the split and if it is as close as one or two, either way.
I also think there's a politics thing again, like you've said with this. Like last year, it should have been Lamar Jackson again, but Josh Allen was due. Yeah. I think Stafford will get it because Stafford's due one.
Yeah. Has he won one before?
No.
Yeah,
so.
I thought he had.
No, I don't think so. So yeah, I think Stafford's going to win it because of that. Yeah. And I would I wouldn't hate it.
No, I would actually quite enjoy it. Like I've spoke before about Stafford and his early like interviews and stuff when he was drafted, and he had $20 in his pocket and he was taken by the Lions. And you look at Megatron, and you look at Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, and all of these players aren't the players they are with other QBs. So yeah, I think Stafford's like a clear MVP in most seasons. Like if you break it down to the most valuable player on a team for the Rams, it's not Puka Nacua, it's not Davante Adams, it is Matt Stafford. No one can just show up and do what Matt Stafford does for them. Therefore, he is theirs, and then potentially the league's MVP.
Yeah.
If it does help as a sway on this, because it's the Associated Press MVPs when we talk about, but the Pro Football Writers Association, they do their own awards, same thing, and they had Stafford as MVP, and they had JSN as Defensive Player of the Year. If that's a barometer.
Good, love that.
They also had Carson Schweizinger as Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get some chat now. Eric is giving us May as the MVP. And Nate playing the what if game. Here we go. Find in the comments below it. Also, it's clear and obvious who won MVP. It's going to go to the older guy as a participation trophy, and it completely devalues the award. Hot take. Just for showing up.
Yeah, I can appreciate somebody saying that May deserves it over him, but devaluing what Stafford's done this year is a little bit swinging too far the other way, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the same way he's due an award is done. We don't hand out awards because the guy is in. We're not saying that we were giving it because he is due an award. I'm saying that he is the MVP, and it's about time he was recognized as such. DJ, always good to see you, brother.
And the issue about it is is with the whole due and the politics thing and everything like that, is that some of the guys do look at it like that. Some of the people that are voting it do look at it like that. That's why Josh Allen, or it's believed that's why Josh Allen won it last year. Pete's right that the due factor is considered by these guys that vote on it.
DUE factor. When we
say
just to be clear.
Yeah. Sorry. Not the fresh wetness on the grass in the morning that you see right there on a cold, crisp.
Good swerve, Alex.
September.
Absolutely keeping us going for another season with that one. I love it.
Woo! There we are. But yeah, no. Why did it sound like I was saying a religion? I apologize deeply.
Yeah,
that's just the Yorkshire. But there we go. the politics aside of all of it, like Matthew Stafford not already having one is a crime. The fact that Matthew Stafford will win the one this offseason is not a crime, and it's absolutely fine. But if Drake May gets it, no one's going to cry in their ice cream.
No, not at all.
Yeah, no. He's great. And again, we were talking about like Vrabel bringing the team up from like obscurity. Even before we got to the playoffs, which is when the voting stops, Vrabel wasn't stood on the field tossing balls around. Drake May was the person on the field. So, and again, yeah, I think DJ makes a good point. He says he thinks May should do it, and also given what weapons he has versus Matt Stafford. It depends on the minds of the people that are voting. It's the press. These are the people that make personal relationships and have favorites, and maybe, you know, Drake May gives a better interview or is more available to this, that, and the other. You can sway it one way or another, but Drake May has made it to the Super Bowl with fewer weapons, and Matt Stafford is out because he's in a more difficult division and didn't have to be walked through their regular season like the Patriots did, you know, by holding hands and hugging people. But
You also-
hey, yeah, that's just.
You also look at all these weapons that they have, and then you look at a team like the Vikings, who also have one of the best wide receivers on the planet in Justin Jefferson. And then you go, oh, well, look at the difference between them. One is an MVP caliber quarterback that can get 17, 16 touchdowns to a wide receiver in the red zone and allow another one to have a just shy of 2,000-yard league. And the other one allows that guy to get less than 500 yards.
Yeah.
It like yes, they have weapons, and I completely agree with DJ Drake. With also like what Pete said before, like there's Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, and then all of the Patriots' weapons. That's completely right, like absolutely 100% right. But Stafford has to find them open, has to do like develop in the pocket when he's basically unable to walk because he has a massive disc slip in his back, and then it's that. In my opinion, it's Stafford. But again, I wouldn't cry if Drake May got it. And how is it? How's it crime?
Joshua here is saying, you know, how is it a crime that Stafford hasn't gotten it before? Because, you know, we mentioned that he should have by now. I'm saying the year that he won a Super Bowl and had a Triple Crown winning wide receiver, probably the year that we think that he could have been considered the most valuable player on that one. That's not to disparage anything from what he does, but like that is just a year that he's done it. There are other years. Also, look, hear me out. Stafford has had to fight in a very difficult division. He didn't play the Jets and the Dolphins twice this year. He played the Niners and he played the Seahawks twice, both who made the playoffs. So, like, I think that kind of goes into probably the way that some people think about how they're voting. Again, I would absolutely love to know who is voting, and I would love to know like some reasoning behind it. I've heard some reporters that it kind of like cuts to them here and there, and they say, you know, I'm part of the panel that votes for the NFL honors, but then they don't disclose the way they're going. So it would be quite interesting to see how they think. But I've enjoyed watching Stafford more.
Yeah, I will say on the May side of things as well, and I mentioned it last week, one of my favorite players to watch this year, who I've kind of been my like B player of the year, is Kayshon Boutte. I think he has been brilliant, and a big part of that is that connection with Drake May. I think Drake May has really built him up, and that's worked really, really nicely. So I think he's not been a huge player. He's not been massive statistically, but he's made some really, really big plays. And a big part of that is May putting it where it needs to be because he's been very, very good. Also, part of me as a Bears fan really doesn't want Jaden Daniels got to the NFC Championship game, was Offensive Rookie of the Year. Then Drake May went MVP. Caleb Williams, 52% completion percentage. Duh! That kind of takes as well. I can't be bothered with that all off season.
the other reason why we didn't see a Matt Stafford 2022 MVP like kind of ruin our caliber is because that was the Patrick Mahomes 5,041 touchdown season.
It was pretty good that year. That young up and comer, Peter Mahomes, was it? I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see him in the playoffs this year. It must have been a flash in a pan.
Yeah.
Look, if we're talking my MVP of this season, it's Myles Garrett. I've been on Garrett Watch. That's been something to tune into week in, week out, where I'm like just watching him absolutely dominate people. And that's the kind of football I enjoy. And I don't think MVP should always be a QB race. It bugs me slightly. And look, it's the most valuable position in all of sports, they call it, which is completely fine. You put the team on your back with that, but Miles he's literally the most valuable player for the Cleveland Browns. So give me the one MVP for every single. You know what? Actually, somebody write this down. We're gonna do our own MVP race off season. We're going to pick the most valuable player from each team, and we're going to do a knockout tournament and actually work out. And we'll work out between the three of us who is the MVP. It's that's the way we're doing it.
And just to put this out there, as an NFL fan, the most valuable player in any team sport is a Formula One driver. And I'm not having QB over a Formula One driver because that's a team sport. And yeah.
Sport.
It's a sport. It's technically a sport.
Look, I like the F1. And shout out to Lewis Hamilton and Brad Pitt for getting the nod for Best Picture. Look, the F1 movie was good. Don't get me wrong. But really? They're in the running to be the best movie of the year. This is getting real Trevor Lawrence energy. I'm just saying. We need a sixth nominee.
To be fair, I think the reason it wasn't it the way it was filmed or something. There were that was why they were like
it's so well shot and everything, but it's like the content is like inches deep. Like there's no great. It's not Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was nominated for an Oscar, right, for Best Picture, and to put the F1 movie in a category the same as something like that is insane to me. And look, I like the F1 movie. It's in my maybe top 10 of this year, but still, good Lord. Anyway, I'll save that for the movie podcast that kicks in once you all go to bed. Any final thoughts on this week of any of the NFL honors?
No.
Who's hosting it?
No. No, because they're gonna win the award for best running TV show or whatever they win, or that entertainer of the year.
Yeah,
it's John Hamm, and you just know we're getting the meme, aren't you? The
yeah,
it's happening. It's definitely happening.
I want one of the guys with swag to come up and just do that on stage when they get the award. That'd be beautiful.
Just sing it into the microphone until they get carted off. Oh, what I've just realised is we get NFL player acceptance speeches. I forgot how terrible these are. I love them so much. They are not good. They're not like trained actors thanking their God. Well, they'll still thank God, but no, that's going to be an absolute highlight. I can't wait. Also, Pro Bowl games I think is happening. Is it this week? Is it next week?
It's next week.
Yeah. Is it? I can never remember. Is it the week? Because it's flag football now, isn't it? At least it makes it slightly more entertaining. Is it the weekend in between Super Bowl, or is it the day before? Yeah. The weekend between. Oh, so we can do a full breakdown of the flag football next week.
I was thinking about just talking about the Royal Rumble for at least an hour of the next podcast.
Simulate an NFL Royal Rumble.
Saturday night, it's on a reasonable hour because it's in Saudi Arabia. Alex will be there. You're up against CM Punk for the title. So, good luck to you, mate. Good luck.
Look, I respect Punk for everything that he's done, but I hate that guy.
Going down this Saturday at the Royal Rumble. Good luck to you all. Cool outro, Reigns. Alex just I was trying to see how many hats I could quickly get on. Is that the female Stitch? Lola, I want to say.
No, it's just a Stitch. It's Lego Stitch.
I'm colorblind. I can't tell.